What is going on YouTube? And thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching this video. For this being my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 10 Reunion Part 2. So on this reunion, we focused on Ashley, Kiarna, and Jazzy. So as far as Ashley was concerned, I don't want her to come back next season. I really don't. The fact that she used Josh as a storyline, broke up with him, as Stacey said, embarrassed that man on national TV just for a storyline. Like, when it comes to reality TV, yes, it's supposed to be reality, but at the same time, you're messing with these people's lives and you don't know how it's going to affect them when the cameras are off. So as far as Ashley is concerned, the fact that she was trying to get with that guy who was the ex-husband of a Beverly Hills housewife, and then Giselle trying to say that Stacey is the one who wanted it to begin with. Like when she said that on Watch What Happens Live, I'm like, Giselle just clearly has it out for Stacey, and I think that she sees that Stacey is a fan favorite, and is sort of kind of in the vein of possibly taking over Giselle's spot as the HBIC, even though I really think it's Karen at the end of the day. But, I think Giselle is intimidated by Stacey and sees that Stacey can do what Giselle does and does it a lot better. So it is what it is. And as far as Ashley not going back and forth with exactly what happened with Sharice's son Jackson, lets me know or makes me want to assume that something more than a kiss happened between Ashley and Jackson. Now, why Ashley would allude to it going further than a kiss and then on the reunion walking that back and saying, oh, it was only a kiss. Like, Ashley, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ashley? I don't care for Ashley. I don't want her to be back. I do respect the fact that she said that she will never disclose how much money she got from her divorce or how much money she has in general, because I wouldn't disclose that information either. And then for her to try to say, and I know this is all over the place, but I just picked up my phone. I'm doing my review. It's for Ashley to say that Charisse has been saying that she wants Ashley to date Jackson for a long time, and then for Giselle to co-sign that makes me feel as though it may not be true. And I'm sure Charisse is probably going to come out within the near future, sometime in the near future, to debunk that whole thing. Ashley is it for me. Ashley is over for me. Ashley does not need to come back next season. I'm more than positive that she will. I don't know why it is that she stayed on for all this long. I don't know what the draw is for Ashley to stay on this besides the fact that she's a messy, shady, type of person who keeps drama going for no reason whatsoever. It's so irritating to me. So irritating to me. But let's move on to Kiarna. So Kiarna's package starts showing, and she proceeds to reach behind her under the pillow to pull out this picture frame that she received from Greg. And what I'm most disappointed about is the fact that Andy didn't push this whole narrative that she wants a ring, but she doesn't want a ring, but she wants a ring, but she doesn't want a ring. Like, can we get to whether Kiarna actually expects to be proposed to or wants to be proposed to? Like, what is it that she actually wants from this relationship with Greg? We didn't really talk much about Greg on Kiarna's segment, and I was a little bit disappointed about that. But we did get to this whole thing between Kiarna and Wendy, and Kiarna pulls out this picture of the room that they were in. I don't know if that was supposed to point out the fact that Wendy should have seen Kiarna pretty easily with there not being that many people in the room or whatever the case might have been. And then Wendy pulls out a picture that was taken of Kiarna and Wendy actually hugging at that event. And so for Kiarna to act as though Wendy did not acknowledge her whatsoever, it's not looking too good for Kiarna in that vein. Not whatsoever. And I'm so glad that Andy, moved on from the whole Kiarna and Wendy thing real quick. He moved on from it real quick because they're never going to come to a consensus or conclusion concerning that particular issue. And we then get to the issues between Kiarna and Stacey. And, you know, for Andy to say that, you know, or try to suggest that Stacy was trying to kill Kiana by ordering cheese on their little outing, it's like, if she's allergic to cheese, if the cheese is on the table and she doesn't mess with it, then she's not going to be affected by the cheese. So why would you even suggest that, Andy? I think Andy was just being shady and messy, per usual. That's who Andy is. But anyways, you know, for I'm so glad that Stacey said that Kiana was a bit unhinged, because she definitely was a bit unhinged in that moment when they were at Giselle's celebration for Reasonably Shady having a such and such number of followers or subscribers or whatever the case might have been for that event. And you know, to me, Stacey saying, you know, Kiana doesn't have a husband, when Kiana said, "I would never have you around my husband," that was the read of the season, as Alexander Rogers said in his review. So the whole thing with Kiana, like, once again, just like Ashley, I don't think Kiana needs to come back next season. I don't see what she actually brings to the show. I'm so glad that she wasn't unhinged throughout the entire season. I think that she was just trying to fight for her spot, to keep her spot all season long. Well, not all season long, but at least in the beginning of the season. I don't know what she really sees herself as on the show. I don't know what she is on the show, why she is on the show. I really don't get why she's here. I honestly don't understand why she's here, but she's here nonetheless. So, anyways, we then move on to Jazzy. First of all, I have to say, you know, with the color being red for the women to wear, I'm really disappointed that Jazzy didn't wear a red dress. She wore a white dress with red roses as accoutrements on the dress. So there that is. But anyway, so Jazzy seems to have an issue with quite a few of these people on the panel. Not only does she have an issue with Kiana, she alleged that Kiana stole Greg from his wife and is now, you know, taking care of his kids. You know, Jazzy's probably had that in her back pocket for a little while, waiting to bring it out on the reunion. So that was, you know, what WTF moment of this particular reunion, or this particular part of the reunion. And then, you know, apparently Jazzy has issues with Stacey, you know, only coming to her wedding allegedly because Wendy had suggested that she come because it wouldn't look right for her to be, quote, her friend and not show up at her wedding. So there's that. And then she also had an issue with Tia, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know why Jazzy's here either. Yes, she is rightfully so a friend of the show. Hopefully she does not get a flute, because I'm personally not that interested in Jazzy. I think she's a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. I think she's gorgeous. And I honestly do agree with a lot of the reviewers on YouTube that Potomac has the prettiest cast as far as all the housewives are concerned, all the housewives franchises are concerned. And then we have Monique coming out. And Monique is apparently going to reveal some type of evidence that Stacey has been in contact with Chris Samuels. And I don't know how this is going to go down. I did see the preview of that moment. And Stacey's going to stand 10 toes down that she is not involved with Chris. Apparently this video that Monique is supposed to show is supposed to reveal that Stacey has been telling Chris that Monique has been having her kids filming on the show. I don't know how that thing's gonna go, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. How did you like this second part of the reunion? Let me know what you're feeling. Who do you think needs to go and not come back next season? Let me know. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, press the like button, the thumbs up button. Also be sure to leave a comment, press the notification bell. Join me every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for my live Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. with my sister Prophetic Fire Reiki, as well as our friend Bianca Edwards. We always have a great time talking about the latest happenings and goings on, so be sure to join us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Thanks once again so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.